And turning now to the campaign trail, former President Donald Trump is hoping for a record-breaking fundraiser tonight. The event comes about a week after President Biden's celebrity Q&A in New York City, which brought in more than $26 million. But tonight, Trump is looking to double that amount. NewsNation campaign correspondent Libbey live in Palm Beach for us. Libbey, did the Trump campaign hit their goal? Do we know?
Well, Natasha, that goal really shifted over this past week. On Monday, I was hearing they were planning to rake in around $30 million, but we wrapped up here tonight receiving a press release from the RNC and the Trump campaign stating that they raised over $50.5 million. Now, that comes on the heels of a press release from President Biden's campaign earlier this morning, where they claimed that they are outraising the former president currently.
It's going to be a very spectacular evening, and people are just wanting change. The rich people want it, poor people want it, everybody wants change.
Former President Trump playing catch-up tonight in Palm Beach. Despite raising more than $65 million in March, Trump looking up at President Biden's March fundraising haul, $90 million, ending first quarter fundraising with a staggering $192 million on hand, giving Biden a roughly $100 million advantage over Trump. The administration noting that 96% of its donations were for less than $200. But the former president is expecting a record cash haul tonight, nearly $50 million at a private campaign event in Palm Beach, Florida. According to an invitation obtained by NewsNation, the fundraiser's most expensive ticket is going for over $800,000. Tonight's event includes a star-studded shortlist of 2024 running mates and what the Trump team is calling, quote, VP tryouts, including South Carolina Senator Tim Scott, entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy, and North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum. Not in attendance, Governor Ron DeSantis, who, despite an endorsement, has an event of his own just an hour north of Trump's Palm Beach fundraiser. The former president faces an uphill fundraising and spending battle, trailing President Biden in total dollars, with legal fees still mounting.
Donald Trump does a masterful job raising money, but Joe Biden has done a better job. And he doesn't have the burden of 4 criminal cases and trying to change a narrative that's already pretty much baked in, which is what Donald Trump has.
Now, NewsNation has obtained also a statement from the Trump campaign where they wanted to point out, I'll put this in just to summarize it, that it took 3 Democrat candidates to raise $25 million. I'm sorry, not Democrat candidates, Democrat presidents to raise $25 million, but it took 1 former president to raise $50 million. And this is not the end of that fundraising streak. Former President Trump will be back fundraising this week in Pennsylvania as well as Georgia. And as for President Biden, he will be fundraising in Chicago on Monday.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.